related. And Mr. Karthik has tried his level best to explain the linkage and relationship between these three words in Ayurveda. Basically, the importance of the relationship between Guru and Shishya, the faith rather reposed by the Shishya on Guru. And this is very important as far as Ayurveda science is concerned. And the very purpose of holding this important national conclave today, to provide a very effective platform to discuss about two important components which are very vital in Ayurveda science, that is amas and SROTAS. Amas that reflects the amayam, that means another terminology in Ayurveda science, which replies as disease, and which are all the causative factors of this type of disease, maybe in the form of various type of metabolites which are accumulating in the body, or other toxic materials, or other toxins, biotoxins, or other micro substance or other excretory substance which are accumulating, that can cause many type of disease. Whereas SROTAS, we know that tells something about the protocols in Ayurveda treatment. So that is how this platform is very important. Of course, as President was mentioning here, the opinions may vary among various stakeholders, various practitioners, and various players who are playing important roles in Ayurvedic medicine. Maybe the concept as far as a faculty member may be totally different from that of a student or as a practitioner. So that comes the importance of bringing all the stakeholders, maybe in the form of the faculty or the teachers, the students, the practitioners, together in a common platform. I feel the SROTA is organizing and providing such a very effective platform for a meaningful interaction about these two vital aspects which do have profound role in Ayurvedic medicine as well as Ayurvedic science. I feel the Students' Union, as far as this college is concerned, is very much responsible, and they are playing an important role in surviving the contemporary issues which require threadbare discussion as well as debate. And this is one such example. So I am very happy to see that the Students' Union are performing their duties and responsibilities with utmost responsibilities, with an element of social commitment. That's also very important, while discharging responsibilities. And again, I found that apart from their professional matters, they are concerned with other issues in the form of environmental responsibility, that is social responsibility. And I was given to understand that they are going to celebrate the World Environment Day with utmost responsibility by way of planting so many saplings, giving away sapling units to public and students, and most importantly, still trying level best to popularize the Ayurvedic medicines. Of course, I am not familiar with one material he has already explained before us, one particular product that he is planning to distribute among the participants tomorrow. So I am missing because I will not be here tomorrow. Otherwise, I could have collected the whatever products being distributed by this Students' Union, just a part of popularizing various type of herbal medicine, which are very much important in Ayurveda. So all of you are fully aware that I am not an expert in Ayurveda, but this is one of my most favorite topic as such. And that is precisely the reason by which I agreed to inaugurate this national conclave. And the reason by which I am here is sheer out of my interest in Ayurveda and this branch of science. Ayurveda is known as the science of life. Ayur relates to life, and Vedantam is the science. And India do have a very rich heritage and tradition as far as Ayurvedic science is concerned. And that is very much reflected by our immortal Dhanvantari, who made a very substantial contribution in Ayurveda. And this is known as the mother treatment of ailing or curing all sort of disease. That's important for Ayurveda. And we do have the heritage, we do have a rich tradition way back in maybe around 9,000 plus years. So that is the history it tells about Ayurveda. And the whole literature regarding Ayurveda backs from Atharva Veda. That happened maybe some 8,000, 9,000 years back. And as we fully are aware that Ayurveda is a very holistic type of treatment. And there is no comparison between Ayurveda and the modern systems of medicine or other type of treatment system. Because this is a holistic type of treatment, not as a fractional treatment, or the treatment not embark upon a particular disease or a particular part of the body for which treatment is required. That take care of the entire body. And Ayurveda always focuses upon on a human being to harmonize his internal physiology with the rhythm of the universe. So that is the speciality as far as this system of treatment is concerned. So here we have a system which is having much importance in the sense that it gives importance not only to the patient but give due importance to the nature as well. So that is why I said that the foremost principle behind Ayurveda is to tune the physiology or to cope up with the functioning of internal organ system with the rhythm of the nature or with the rhythm of the universe. So that is how it stands separate when compared to any other treatment. But unfortunately I want to highlight one important point. I feel this is the appropriate forum in which I can raise my concern, because the students are taking this much interest in popularizing Ayurvedic medicine, and that is which is lacking at the moment, because we are not giving much thrust in spite of the fact that this is typically of the heritage property of India. And whatever Ayurvedic advancement that we could make over the last several thousands of years, the origin and advancements are out of the sacrifice, the experiments, the observations, and the tremendous and concerted effort rather put forward by our ancestors. We normally used to call them as our Rishivarians. We have so many examples with us. Along with Dhanvantari, we have other stalwarts with us, other Munis with us, Acharyas with us. And by virtue of their long-term association with nature and the prolonged tolerance and experimentation, the concerted effort that made to test the natural gift of India, that is the herbs, the wonderful herbs. And there comes the origin of Ayurveda. But my point is that it is not being dealt with the seriousness it normally deserves. because our country could not make much advancements in Ayurveda in spite of the fact that our country is endowed with wonder herbs. And majority of these herbs are not being properly what's called standardized or characterized, I should say. It is not properly characterized to find out what is the exact molecules it contains and what type of molecules we can commercially use for the development of wonderful drugs. But many of the Western countries, they are doing still concerted attempt and effort, and research is carrying out. And yesterday, we heard one guest from one of the university in the USA, Michigan University. He is a Malayali. His name is Murali Nair. And he is involved in what's called standardization as well as characterization of the herbs, mostly based around India. And now we know that these problems are facing any other umpteen problems as such. But in spite of that, he continues his research in the characterization of herbs, which are really wonders. And he announced in our meeting that he has already completed the characterization as well as developing one wonderful drug from our ashwagandhi, and that drug is for Alzheimer's. So that can create wonders in the world, because as we are fully know that there is no very useful, effective drug as far as Alzheimer's is concerned. And this research and findings will be path-breaking in the sense that he is very much confident that he can come out with a very wonderful drug out of ashwagandha, and that too for this Alzheimer's disease. And one of the very important matter that he conveyed in the meeting is that majority of the herbs belong to India. It is very much confined to India. That's number one. But at the same time, it is not properly screened so far. Still, what type of metabolic properties are there and what type of wonderful molecules are there in these type of herbs are still unknown. That is something very curious. Because nowadays, these herbs cannot be researched by any other country, because these are all inherent properties of the country, and that may lead into some sort of patent related issues. So we cannot expect that the scientists from other countries can do research on these wonderful herbs. So I feel whatever I suggest is that my humble request to the new generation, they should pay much attention to the research and development in Ayurveda. And their research should be concentrated mostly upon screening of these wonder drugs or wonder herbs available in our country, because these are all nature's gift. Nowhere else in the world we could find this type of wonderful array or rich biodiversity of herbs that we can have in our country. You are much familiar with those list of herbs available in Kerala. I need not emphasize on that particular point. So that should be one of your major areas of research, and you should try to find out and bring out new medicines out of the molecules available or the chemicals available in these wonderful herbs, and come out with new solutions for ever so many new diseases that we can notice and encounter in the modern day-to-day life. Then only we can do justice to our forefathers, maybe our Urdu Acharyas or Munis, who paid much attention and concerted research in doing this branch of science and coming out with very meaningful and wonderful treatment protocols that do have a history of more than 9,000 years. And while going through these Vedas, we can see that even surgery was done by our forefathers with the help of Ayurveda backup. So that is the type of tradition that we are having. So as far as Ayurveda is concerned, the most vital part is that Ayurveda gives emphasis and importance to the environment. I feel no other type of medical system give emphasis to the environment in which we live. And Ayurveda believes that the health of a human being can be protected only if we can maintain a very clean and clear environment. And suppose our lifestyles are tuned in total contrary with the principles of environmental management, we cannot preserve life in this universe. We cannot protect the healthiness of human being. So that is the very fundamentals of Ayurveda. That is why I said in the beginning is that Ayurveda always tries to maintain the rhythm of internal functioning or internal physiology with the rhythm of nature or the rhythm of universe. That means it becomes one and the same. It never works contradictory to each other. And that is the type of balance, and Ayurveda gives always emphasis to the happiness as far as mankind is concerned. And the harmony he maintains, that shows the indication, that shows the indicator of his happiness, how he is happy. And unless a person is not happy, he cannot be cured. That's the basic principle. So Ayurveda, I feel you are much more qualified to say all these things. So I don't want to prolong my talk. You should give more thrust to research and development, and much concerted research is required, because Ayurveda field as such involves a lot of potential to do research, and whatever knowledge is gathered need to be disseminated among the common people, because they should be the beneficiary of whatever knowledge we gathered, but whatever research finding you normally used to gather. You should reach the stakeholder on time. That's also very important. So against this background, I feel that the proposal by Government of Kerala to set up an Ayurvedic university, that requires much attention at this moment. So the one which is we are lacking at the moment is the absence of a university dedicated for Ayurvedic education and Ayurvedic research. And I feel that this dream will fulfill very shortly. Government will go ahead with this concept, whatever is conceptualized at this moment, and we will be able to witness the setting and functioning of an Ayurvedic university in Kerala very shortly. And this proposed university will definitely address all the issues that we are facing in these areas, especially in terms of the laxity in research, and that can be fully addressed by this university. And I feel whatever herbs are available can be put into proper use for developing wonderful drugs, for curing the so many unknown diseases that is reported from different parts of the country. So hoping that it will materialize soon. And once again, I am thankful to the organizers, the student union organizers, for giving me a chance to come here and address this very important meeting, a very important national conclave on two vital aspects of Ayurveda. Let this conference may great success. I wish all success for this conference. And with these few words, I am happy to inaugurate Shraddha 2015, the national conclave by the Ayurvedic students of the country. And thank you very much.
Thank you, sir. I invite Principal Dr. T.K. Uma to hand over the memento and Dr. Masudana Kurup to receive the same. We shall be handling over a medicinal plant, Adathoda vasica, in memory of Shraddha 2015 also.
Today, we are blessed to have Sri Suhas S., Honorable District Assistant Collector Ernakulam, as our Chief Guest. Suhas S., who got IAS at the age of 24, is from Karnataka. He joined as Sub-Collector of Ernakulam District in September 2014. We accord a genial welcome to you, sir.
Distinguished guests on the dais, my dear friends, very good morning to one and all present here. I'm really pleased and happy to be a part of this program. This is something new to me. I think I'm one of the person who has the least knowledge about Ayurveda right now in this hall. But as a layman, there are certain things, which I would like to point out, which which is the usual, what do you call, this is something which a normal person talks about Ayurveda. Usually, like what we feel is that the practitioner of Ayurveda himself has less faith in Ayurveda. This is something which has to be addressed. I'm sure the conferences like this, the conclaves like this, try to introduce various aspects and developments which have taken place in the last few years. And even the central government, of course, has organized various programs since last year or so. And one more thing which has to be put forth is that yoga, which is a similar discipline, has found respect all over the world. It is world renowned. Similarly, even Ayurveda can be marketed, and it also, since people today want a holistic, stress-free life, yoga along with Ayurveda can be marketed together, and this can be something which has a lot of potential. And of course, Kerala is one of the centers of Ayurveda in India and all over the world. In fact, people from all over the world, tourists, they come to Kerala for Ayurvedic treatment. And this has to be sort of marketed well, and there is a lot of potential in it. And one more thing is that the yoga practitioners, the Ayurvedic doctors, they should treat Ayurvedic profession not only as a profession itself, but also for serving mankind. This is something which has to be inculcated in all the doctors. And also there is a feeling that there is a competition between allopathy and Ayurveda. It's always allopathy versus Ayurvedic argument which takes place among general public. But I believe allopathy, of course, is used for treating diseases, but Ayurveda can be sort of marketed well for avoiding diseases, to have a good health and other things. And one more challenges which I feel needs to be addressed, which I have been reading in few newspapers, is that the presence of certain metals and other things, heavy metals in Ayurvedic samples which were tested in Europe. So this is something which has to be readdressed. Otherwise, the branding of Ayurveda will be a challenge. So these are a few things which I wanted to put forth, as a layman and having a limited knowledge about Ayurveda. But then I'm really pleased and happy that something like this is taking place, especially in Ernakulam. And the students have done amazing job. I just had a look downstairs, arrangements and other things. It is very well organized, and this has to be sort of, the news has to be sent forth everywhere, and hopefully this will be popularized. And of course the government has recently they have started a new department, Ayush, in Kerala as well. There is a new director, Dr. Beena Madam, who is sort of encouraging any sorts of development in this sphere. So I wish the students and the management all the best. I wish this conference will be a great success, and I would like to thank one and all for inviting me here and asking me to be a part of this. I really thank everyone for this. Thank you so much.
Thank you, sir. Now I invite Dr. A.G. Prasanna Kumari, Hospital Superintendent, to hand over the memento, and Sri Suhas sir to receive the same.
ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ ഇവിടെ പ്രസിഡൻഷ്യൽ അഡ്രസ് നടത്തിയ ആയുർവേദ കോളേജ് യൂണിയൻ ചെയർമാൻ ശ്രീ കാർത്തിക്, വെൽക്കം സ്പീച്ച് നടത്തിയ ജയപ്രകാശ് സർ, സ്റ്റാഫ് അഡ്വൈസറാണ്, അതുപോലെ ഞങ്ങളുടെ ബഹുമാനിയായ പ്രിൻസിപ്പാൾ ഉമ്മ ടീച്ചർ, ഉദ്ഘാടനം ചെയ്ത ബഹുമാന്യനായ കുഫോസ് വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ഡോക്ടർ മധുസൂദനക്കുറുപ്പ്, ഇന്ന് മുഖ്യാതിഥിയായി ഇവിടെ എത്തിയിട്ടുള്ള അസിസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് കളക്ടർ ശ്രീ സുഹാസ് IAS, ഡോക്ടർ സുനിൽ ജോൺ, ഞങ്ങളുടെ ഓരോ വിജയത്തിലെയും ചവിട്ടുപടികളിലും ഞങ്ങളുടെ കൈപിടിച്ച ഞങ്ങളുടെ പ്രിയങ്കരനായ രത്നാകരൻ സർ, പ്രിയമുള്ള അധ്യാപകരെ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, ഇന്ന് സെമിനാറിന് എത്തിച്ചേർന്ന മറ്റ് കോളേജുകളിലെയും പ്രതിനിധികളെ, പ്രിയമുള്ള വിദ്യാർത്ഥികളെ, രാവിലെ ഈ സെമിനാറിനെ കുറിച്ചൊരു സെഷൻ ഡോക്ടർ രശ്മി ഇവിടെ അവതരിപ്പിച്ചു. ഇതിലെ മുഖ്യ തീം ആമ ആൻഡ് സ്രോതസ് എന്നുള്ളതാണ്. പ്രിൻസിപ്പാൾ അതിൻ്റെ എല്ലാ സെഷനെക്കുറിച്ചും വിശദീകരിച്ചു. നമ്മളുടെ ഇനാഗുറേഷൻ നടത്തിയ വൈസ് ചാൻസലർ ആയുർവേദത്തിൽ അദ്ദേഹത്തിൻ്റെ ഗഹനമായ ഒരു പ്രസംഗം തന്നെ നടത്തി. അതുപോലെ നമ്മളുടെ റിസർച്ചിനെ കുറിച്ചുള്ള ആവശ്യകതകളെക്കുറിച്ചും മറ്റ് നമ്മൾ ഇനി എന്തൊക്കെ ചെയ്യേണ്ടതുണ്ടെന്നതിനെക്കുറിച്ചും അസിസ്റ്റൻറ്റ് കളക്ടർ ഇവിടെ നമ്മളെ ഓർമ്മപ്പെടുത്തി. അതുപോലെ ഇപ്പം ഈ സെഷന് ഫെലിസിറ്റേഷൻ ആശംസിക്കുക എന്നാണ് എൻ്റെ കർമ്മം. ഇപ്പോൾ ആമ ആൻഡ് സ്രോതസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല 2 സബ്ജക്റ്റുകളാണ്. അതിൽ പറയണമെങ്കിൽ ആയുർവേദ ആചാര്യന്മാർ തന്നെ ആയുർവേദത്തെ ഒരു സമുദ്രത്തിനോടാണ് ഉപമിച്ചിരിക്കുന്നത്. കാരണം പറയുന്നത് സമുദ്രത്തിൻ്റെ ഗഹനമായ ഭാഗങ്ങളിലേക്ക് ഇറങ്ങിപ്പോകുമ്പോൾ മാത്രമാണ് അതിൽ എത്രമാത്രം രത്നങ്ങൾ അടങ്ങിയിരിക്കുന്നു, അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അതിൻ്റെ ട്രഷർ നമുക്കറിയാൻ പറ്റുന്നത്. അതുപോലെ ആയുർവേദ ഗ്രന്ഥങ്ങളിലെ ഉപരിപ്ലവമായി നോക്കുമ്പോൾ അതിൽ നമുക്കൊന്നും അറിയാൻ പറ്റില്ല. പക്ഷേ അതിൽ ഇറങ്ങിച്ചെന്ന് അത് എത്രമാത്രം ഗഹനമായിട്ടാണ് അതിൽ ഉൾക്കൊണ്ടിരിക്കുന്നതെന്ന് ഓരോ തലങ്ങളിലും നമ്മൾ ആവർത്തിച്ച് റിസർച്ചും അതുപോലെ ഇപ്പം നമുക്ക് റിസർച്ച് ചെയ്ത് കണ്ടുപിടിക്കാൻ പറ്റാത്ത പല കാര്യങ്ങളുണ്ടെങ്കിലും എവിഡൻസ് ബേസ്ഡ് ആയിട്ട് നമുക്ക് കാണാൻ പറ്റും. കാരണം ആയുർവേദ ശാസ്ത്രത്തിൻ്റെ നിലനിൽപ്പ് തന്നെ അതിനെ ബേസ് ചെയ്തുകൊണ്ടാണ്. കാരണം വളരെ 5000 കൊല്ലങ്ങളോളം പഴക്കമുള്ള ഒരു ശാസ്ത്രം തന്നെ ഇന്നും നിലനിൽക്കുന്നു എന്നതും അതിൻ്റെ ഒരു ഉദാഹരണമാണ്. പിന്നെ ഇന്ന് പറയുന്ന എല്ലാ തരത്തിലുള്ള രോഗങ്ങളും അതിനനുബന്ധിച്ചുള്ള കാര്യങ്ങളും സൂത്രരൂപേണ ആയുർവേദത്തിൽ ഉൾക്കൊള്ളിച്ചിട്ടുണ്ട്. അതിന് നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാനും ആധുനിക സംവിധാനങ്ങളോടുകൂടിയ ഒരു എന്താ വെച്ചാൽ നമുക്ക് ലാബറട്ടറി ഫെസിലിറ്റേഷൻ, അതുപോലെ മനസ്സിലാക്കാൻ വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള മറ്റു കാര്യങ്ങൾ എന്നിവയുടെ ഒരു സംവിധാനത്തിൻ്റെ കുറവ് നമുക്ക് അനുഭവപ്പെടുന്നുണ്ടെങ്കിലും ഒരു ഗവൺമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെയും മറ്റ് ആനുകാലികങ്ങളായ ശാസ്ത്രശാഖകളുടെയും ഒക്കെ ഒരു നല്ല മനസ്സുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ നമുക്കത് നല്ല രീതിയിൽ പ്രാവർത്തികമാക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും. അത് ആയുർവേദത്തിൻ്റെ പാദചതുഷ്ടയം, രോഗി, ദ്രവ്യ, ഉപസ്ഥാത, ഭിഷക്, ഈ പാദചതുഷ്ടയങ്ങൾക്ക് ഏറ്റവും നല്ല നിലയിൽ പ്രവർത്തിക്കാനുള്ള ഒരു സംവിധാനം ഉണ്ടാക്കുകയും ചെയ്യും. അതിനു വേണ്ടിയിട്ടുള്ള എല്ലാ സഹകരണങ്ങളും എല്ലാവരുടെ ഭാഗത്തുനിന്നും ഉണ്ടാകണമെന്ന് കൂടി ഒരു അഭ്യർത്ഥന എനിക്കുണ്ട്. അതുപോലെ ഇന്ന് ഈ നടക്കുന്ന സെമിനാർ ഇവിടെ എത്തിച്ചേർന്നിരിക്കുന്നവർക്ക് ഏറ്റവും വിജ്ഞാനപ്രദവും അതുപോലെ തന്നെ രോഗത്തിൻ്റെ അവസ്ഥയെക്കുറിച്ച് തരംതിരിച്ചറിയാനുമുള്ള ഒരു വേദിയാകട്ടെ എന്ന് ഞാൻ ആശംസിക്കുന്നു. ഇതിനെല്ലാ ഭാവുകങ്ങളും നേരുന്നു. താങ്ക് യു.
Thank you, ma'am. Now I invite Principal Dr. T.K. Uma, ma'am, to hand over the memento and Dr. A.J. Prasanna Kumari to receive the same.
And now we have Dr. Sunil John, Secretary, Akhila Kerala Government Ayurveda College Adhyapaka Sanghadana, for the felicitation.
അത്രയും ബഹുമാനപ്പെട്ട വേദിയിലിരിക്കുന്ന വിശിഷ്ട വ്യക്തികളെ, നമ്മുടെ പ്രിയപ്പെട്ട രത്നാകരൻ സാർ, അധ്യാപകരെ, വിദ്യാർത്ഥി സുഹൃത്തുക്കളെ, നമ്മൾ ഇപ്പോൾ തന്നെ ഒരു 15 മിനിറ്റ് ലേറ്റായിട്ടാണ് പോകുന്നത്. അതുകൊണ്ട് കാര്യമാത്ര പ്രസക്തമായ 2 സബ്ജക്റ്റ് മാത്രം ചെറുതായി പറഞ്ഞുകൊണ്ട് ഞാൻ പിൻവലിയാണ്. ഒന്ന്, നമ്മളെടുത്തിട്ടുള്ള സബ്ജക്റ്റിനെ സംബന്ധിച്ച് ഒരു 2 വാക്ക് പറയാൻ ആഗ്രഹിക്കുന്നു. ഇന്ന് ആയുർവേദ പഠനത്തിൻ്റെ ഏറ്റവും വലിയ ഡ്രോബാക്ക് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞു കാണുന്നത് ആയുർവേദ വിദ്യാഭ്യാസം കഴിഞ്ഞിറങ്ങുന്ന കുട്ടികൾ ബേസിക് പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾസ് മറന്നുകൊണ്ട് വെറും കാറ്റലോഗ് കണ്ടുകൊണ്ട് ചികിത്സിക്കുന്ന വൈദ്യന്മാരായി തീരുകയും അതുകൊണ്ട് തന്നെ ഒരു കോൺഫിഡൻസ് ഇല്ലാത്ത ഫിസിഷ്യന്മാരായിട്ട് ഫീൽഡിൽ ഇറങ്ങുകയും ചെയ്യുന്ന ഒരു സിറ്റുവേഷൻ ഇന്നുണ്ട്. അതിൻ്റെ പ്രധാന കാരണമെന്ന് നമുക്ക് തോന്നിയിട്ടുള്ളത് ഒന്ന് നമ്മുടെ സിലബസിലെ അപാകതയാണ്. അതായത് സെപ്പറേറ്റ് കമ്പാർട്ട്മെൻറ്റുകളായി തിരിച്ചുകൊണ്ട് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയറിൽ പഠിക്കുന്നു, സെക്കൻഡ് ഇയറിൽ പഠിക്കുന്നു, ഇതൊന്നും കണക്റ്റഡ് അല്ലാത്ത ചികിത്സ തേർഡ് ഇയറിൽ പഠിച്ചു വരുമ്പോൾ ഉണ്ടാകുന്ന പ്രശ്നം. അപ്പോൾ ഇതിനെ ഒരു പരിധി വരെയെങ്കിലും ഒഴിവാക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി നമ്മുടെ ബേസിക് പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾസിനെ നമ്മുടെ കുട്ടികളുടെ ഇടയിൽ നല്ലപോലെ അവെയർ ആക്കിയെടുക്കുന്നതിന് വേണ്ടി ഒരു മോഡേൺ സയൻസിനും എക്സ്പ്ലെയിൻ ചെയ്ത് തരാൻ പറ്റാത്ത നമ്മുടെ ബേസിക് പ്രിൻസിപ്പിൾസിലെ പ്രധാന സംഭവങ്ങളായിട്ടുള്ള ഈ യാമം, സ്രോതസ്, ആവരണം തുടങ്ങിയതൊക്കെ എങ്ങനെ നമുക്ക് റിവാലിഡേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാം, നമുക്ക് മനസ്സിലാക്കാം എന്നുള്ളൊരു ചിന്തയുടെ ഭാഗമായിട്ടാണ് നമ്മൾ ഈ സബ്ജക്റ്റ് നമ്മളിവിടെ കൈകാര്യം ചെയ്യുന്നത്. അത് ഉൾക്കൊള്ളുന്ന അർത്ഥത്തിൽ തന്നെ നമുക്ക് ഫലവത്താക്കാൻ സാധിക്കും എന്നാണ് ഓർഗനൈസേഴ്സിൻ്റെ ഭാഗത്തു നിന്നുള്ളൊരു പ്രതീക്ഷ. മോഡേൺ മെഡിസിനിൽ ഇന്ന് ഫസ്റ്റ് ഇയറിൽ തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ തന്നെ മെഡിസിൻ പഠിപ്പിച്ചു തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ അനാട്ടമി പഠിപ്പിച്ചു തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ, ഫിസിയോളജി പഠിപ്പിച്ചു തുടങ്ങുമ്പോൾ അവരുടെ സിലബസിൽ തന്നെ ക്ലിനിക്കൽ ഫിസിയോളജിയും ക്ലിനിക്കൽ അനാട്ടമിയും ക്ലിനിക്കൽ ഫാർമക്കോളജിയൊക്കെ സിലബസിൽ തന്നെ ചേർത്തുകൊണ്ട്